Hello, Mr. Muju here, and in this video, I'll tell you how to beat the Chaos Elemental in old school RuneScape. In this guide, I'll focus on the melee approach, but the same mechanics apply to ranging. I'm also not going to talk about flinching or luring, because in the long run, these methods take a lot of extra time and thus are not a very efficient way to kill this boss. The Chaos Elemental's combat level is 305. It uses magic, ranged, and melee, with a maximum hit of 28. The Chaos Elemental also has a couple of annoying special attacks, but these do not cause damage to the player, and one of these can be completely avoided, which I will talk about later in the video. The Chaos Elemental is not particularly weak to any combat styles, but weapons such as the Webweaver Bow or Ursine Chain Mace are extremely effective against it because when you are in the wilderness, the passive effect of these weapons comes into play, which brings an additional 50% to both damage and accuracy. I recommend a prayer level of 70 because you'll be able to use piety, which significantly increases your DPS as well as your defense, so you can better tank the hits from Chaos Elemental. For the attack level, I recommend at least 70 so you can get your hands on the Ursine Chain Mace, which is an upgraded version of Vigorous Chain Mace. For strength, I recommend 75 so you can deal decent amount of damage, which in turn speeds up kills. For defense, I recommend 70 so you can reasonably tank hits. Finally, I strongly recommend that you complete the Hard Wilderness Diary, as it allows you to move through obelisks around the wilderness and teleport to a chosen obelisk. This is also the fastest way to get the Chaos Elemental. If you haven't completed the Hard Diary, it teleports you to a random obelisk, which is not very pleasant. Completing the Hard Wilderness Diary significantly eases your life, especially if you are planning to spend a lot of time here, for example, hunting for the pet. Here are my levels, inventory setup, and a few tips. When using the Ursine or Vigorous Chain Mace, do not fully charge the weapon in any case, because if you die to a player killer, you will lose all the Revenant Ethers. Therefore, I recommend keeping the charges to a maximum of 500 per trip. If you want to play it safe, don't bring a very valuable fourth item, because player killers will try to use Smite to get your prayer level down to 0 and take this fourth item from you. For example, I bring Barrow's gloves as the fourth item, which are not very expensive, even if I were to lose them. Since Vigorous Chain Mace and Ursine Chain Mace are almost the same price, go ahead and buy the Ursine Chain Mace directly, because both its crush and strength bonuses are better, and the special attack it brings is really effective. Before the example kill, I'll show the route to the Chaos Elemental. If you haven't completed the Hard Wilderness Diary, then use the Anakarl Teleport Tablet, from which you run to the gate and head along the marked route to the boss. When using the obelisk, set the destination to level 50 Wilderness and teleport to the set destination. From there, you run a short distance to the boss. Here are the different attacks of the Chaos Elemental briefly. This is what the normal attack looks like, and it randomly strikes with either melee, range, or magic. The Confusion attack, on the other hand, looks like this, which teleports you somewhere nearby. Remember to click on the boss afterwards if you don't have Auto Retaliate on, which I don't recommend because of player killers. The Madness attack looks similar to Confusion, but is green in color, and it unequips up to 4 worn items if you have empty space in your inventory. You can completely prevent this attack by always keeping your inventory full, which is why food such as curry or summer pie is used, leaving a bowl in the inventory. Now I will show an example kill of the Chaos Elemental, from which you will get a clear picture of the entire fight. Remember to check and, if necessary, set the player attack option to hidden and turn on PK Skull Prevention in the settings. For quick prayers, set Protect from Magic, Piety, and Protect Item. Generally speaking, this is a pretty straightforward fight, so it's important to keep your hit points above 28 and keep an eye out for teleportation attacks and possible player killers. My rough estimate, based on my own experiences, is that I encounter a player killer about once every hour or two. Finally, a few words about the loot. On average, a kill brings in about 38,000 GP. The most significant drop is the Dragon Pickaxe, which has a drop rate of 1 in 256. It also drops other dragon items, such as Dragon Plate Legs, Plate Skirt, and Dragon Two-Handed Sword. The Chaos Elemental also drops a mini version of itself, which is one of the easiest pets to get in the entire game. Its drop rate is just 1 in 300. Thank you if you made it this far, and I hope you liked the video. I would greatly appreciate it if you could like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel. Also, remember to check out my other boss guides if you're interested. In the future, I will be posting similar videos about other bosses. See you soon.